Alright, guys. This is a new kind of self-review. This is actually a game I just played. I played White, and if you look at this graph right here, I made some big mistakes, and so did my opponent. I think this would be interesting as a sort of variation to what we were doing. We can look at what I was playing. I can walk you through what I thought, and then probably what the computer thought. Um, then this is probably useful for those of you that have computer Go as well. Something to think about, maybe just to see how maybe it can help you guys interpret maybe what the computer's thinking. Because we all look at this, and sometimes some of this stuff gets a little crazy. And in case you're wondering, this is the ZBaduk tool online. Some free advertising for them. Yeah, I didn't really think too hard about this. Just get the Joseki done. I didn't want to deal with a pincer. Um, so I personally just like to play this and remove any really difficult variations. I feel like if I played this, I would result in some pincer variations or just dealing with this, and I don't like playing that way. So I guess I would take the 2% hit. Let's see, if we play this, the computer thinks, yeah, maybe they'll do this, maybe they'll pincer. I have the feeling that, you know, people around my rank would just pincer. I don't know that yet. I'm not comfortable with that yet. Should probably look into that. But, I just played this, and they played simply, so I jumped out simply, and they did that. And at this time, I just decided I'll just get this part settled just because um, there's that pincer move in there, and I didn't want to go back and protect this. I just wanted to keep going. Alright, and then he does that, and then I just kept going with this variation. I think the big reason a lot of people play this is because it's very sente. Oh wow, they wanted me to come in here. That's interesting. I did not do that. So I just came right in, and then this is where, okay, so the computer just says, hey man, just take care of the corner. Uh, but what the opponent played was they just pincered. And when I played this, I just said, I'm just going to get out as simply as possible. I just want to take care of this and just get out of here. So I jumped, and then they did this, which was not expected for me. Obviously, I have to connect, and then knights moved out. Interestingly, if you see this, the rank craft is slowly getting worse for black. So this isn't optimal. I just did the simple jump. Apparently, there's also a Kosumi. I don't know this. I'd have to. It's not good content just to sit to go through this, but this is what I would just spend time looking through the variations. I jumped, and then they attacked, which apparently is bad because of a. I guess it's because of a cutting point. Um, Looks like they wanted to grab this strength to pincer again, which is interesting, or just keep on jumping. But they did that. I pushed. Computer seems all right with that. I'm not gonna think too hard about this. And I think this is when I decided I gotta start making life. So I played this move, which is red, which means it's bad. Um, I just did this so I could start making life, and you can see my next few moves are horrible from this win-rate grip. So I basically gave my opponent the win here, and I did this, and then I kept doing this. Oh wow, this pullback is really bad. That's interesting. So I over prioritize life here. Um, it is possible that there's some smarter variations. I'll have to look into this later, but this is a reading error, so I'll have to look into that. But yeah, so my game, I just prioritize making life, which basically gets them really strong. So they wanted those 3 stones. I decided, hey, you can have them, which according to this, was a bad move. And then I just decided to live. And so by this point, the computer says that, I have a 1% chance of winning, which is pretty insane if you think about it. Um, well, I did win this game, which is nice, by a 1.5, 2.5 points. So we'll see where everything went wrong. So I started just grabbing territory, playing the normal move. He did this, I made life, and then he comes in, so I decided I'll pincer him. He jumps. And I had my eye on this area right here, just because this Joseki wasn't finished, in my feeling. And I still had like a Kasumi here to ruin his territory. So I went ahead and pincered. He did this, which is very strange. I gladly took it, and he got me stronger, and I just took that. And first, I wanted to split him, obviously, because I still thought aimed at this as weak, and then just making two weak groups was my priority. Um, he takes care of this group, and I start pulling back and pulling back. Now I start pulling back mostly just to get this safe. The computer says you could fight back right now. That's a comfort thing for me. I'm not comfortable with that yet. It still wants this. I'm gonna have to look into this later. But yeah, we'll see. So then he takes my corner. I say, you know what, take it, and I'm gonna start aiming at something. And this is when, so I pressured this to make him worry about life. He got me strong, and then he connects, and this is when I did the splitting move. Oh, not yet. Take away the eye, and then do the splitting move. Looks like my splitting move, oh, it was a 2. Okay. Still, I mean, it's still a lost game, according to the Go. To Leela. I guess this is just too big. But, I just decided I'll do this. There's some potential here, and I can still split this. So black decides to split me. I guess at this time, Leela just said, just pull this weak group out. Actually, this this is a problem when you're ahead. The computer says any move is a good move. So let's not think too hard about it. Atari and take. And this time I was feeling like, alright, something's going to have to fight. And I spent some time reading this out. It just seemed like there were some fun variations here. So black took care of this, and this is when I read this move, trying to cut this off. According to Leela, I should have just played on top, which is I'll have to look to that later. Did that, I connect. There's all these amusing cutting points here. Atari. And I start worrying about this. I did this so I could start thinking about this group right here. So if he extends, I might be able to extend and just keep pushing this for a while. And then I was going to come back and do a move here. And then otherwise, if he takes care of this, I felt like this had some chance of dying. I didn't read it all out. Sorry to my old teachers, but just felt that way. This was a real game. This was a 10-minute game, by the way. 10-minute, 30-second Byoyomi. But at the time, I just thought, yeah, this has some fun potential. Again, the computer says just play anywhere and you'll be fine. I think it's just take any care of any of your weak groups. So took care of myself, and then this starts to look like, maybe he has to worry about it. So he worries about it. And that's when I did this move. And this move was mostly just like, I feel like this could seal it in, probably kill it. Apparently playing closer in gives me even a better result. I had no idea. Excuse me, I had a lot of sparkling water. So he does this, I do this, and he keeps pushing. He does that. I counter Atari. I did spend some time reading this. When this happened, and he was thinking of the move, I was also reading this out as well. Um, just seeing what I could do. It felt fine. There was a lot of reading even with this move, of just like, okay, what's coming up? And I spent a lot of the time doing this on his turn, not my turn. Just because, some of it's relatively easy to think about. Counter Atari, he takes, and I split. Oh, we're coming up to the cliff soon. This will be fun. So he connects, I connect, he Ataris, and I take. And he does this. Oh, he did that. So this is the move. And if the readout says he lost 90.5, this is a 90% losing move. He lost a 90% win rate, which is one hell of a win rate to lose. And I just thought, there was a part of me that wanted to count this out. I had basically counted how many dead stones I had: 3, 6, 9, 10. And a 3, 6, 9, 10. And here, there's more. But also there's just so much more space. And it affects so many of my groups. So I just say, nope, I'm just taking it. I'm not thinking about this. He commits to killing me. And at now, my win rate is pretty high, which is pretty crazy, right? Um, so we keep playing. So now I think the crowd is going to worry about what did I mess up here and how did I pull this back. So I played here. Now at this time, let's also think about this. I didn't know what my win rate was. I basically thought maybe his territory here was pretty big, and my territory here was pretty big, and I did not count this out. I just decided it's about even. He's got this and maybe some of this, and I've got this. Oh, this is much bigger. If I counted this out, this might have been fine. I should have just played in safe mode. But I didn't know. I thought, I can still antagonize this a little. Maybe I can hurt this, and then because I've got some stones out here, I can connect back. So he does the pressure move. He fights. And at this time I says, I'll take whatever you give me. So he gave me that. I threatened to go underneath. And then I threatened to take this one stone. Apparently I should have just done this. I will be looking into this later. My reading was really horrible for this. Oh wow, it's very interesting to see how confused the computer is about what I'm trying to do. So let's see where things start to go wrong. Okay, so I start here. I threaten this connection back, maybe for the eye. What did I do? Atari, he counter Ataris. This might be the bad move. Because I did something really bad, didn't I? Yeah, I did that move. Actually, it's fine with this. Computer's fine with this. Take. Then I threaten. So wait, what does it want me to do? Oh, extend. Extend, this becomes an eye. Oh, and then it threatens this eye. And then I also have this. I think. I don't know. I'll have to read this out. So at this time it's getting dicey. This time I thought I had maybe an eye. Maybe he has to worry about this. And I grab my eye. And this is a very big mistake in my reading. I really thought this was a easy eye. Maybe I could also get it here. According to this move that I just played right here is I lost 70%. You can see it right here. You can see the number just ticking around. There's my big mistake of the game. So I extend out. He takes care of himself. And then I decide, well, I can threaten to kill this, and maybe I'll get it. Really should have read this out. Threaten, threaten, threaten. And this time I'm realizing I sort of screwed up. So yeah, what do I do? Well, I sort of. This is not the right way of thinking about it. I wrote this off as a bust because this territory was already his, and I was just playing around in it. Not how you're supposed to play. Um, but that's just unfortunately how my brain worked. So now I just poke around here, and he plays this. Take care of himself, and I decide let's start threatening him again. Because I mean, yeah, at this time this wasn't finished, right? This was still weak. It's still got some Aji in terms of eyes. I have a threatening move here to take out this possible eye. And what else? What else do I have to lose? Because I thought I was strong out here. He plays a strong move, and I threaten this cut. Yes, I sort of read this out, not completely. I read it out after I played the move. So he does that, and I just go ahead and cut him. Um, Computer still has it in his advantage, or the opponent's advantage. So at this time, I decide I'll push around here for a while, and then I'll come back. So I push. He threatens. I'm not worried about this because if he cuts, I connect. So I keep going. This has me dead to rights right now. 10%. Oh wow, this is a 20% move. I'll look into that. And then he connects, and I block. And so at this time, I'm starting to feel like I'm in trouble. Amusingly, this is when you can see that his win rate is dropping. I'm guessing just because of all these other things. Now, I wonder if you guys can guess what I did next, or how this win rate went back in my favor. So I Atari, he extends, I keep going. Um, Black keeps extending. And I do this. Oh, so this is what I'm supposed to do. Oh, I see it now. Oh, that's clever. I do this. I threaten to save this, and then I can take it all back. Oh, I didn't see that. Well, I didn't do that. So I did this move. So this would be the right move. I did not read this out. Actually, this was a 40%, but interesting. Even this works well. So I did this, and he oddly enough played this move. Um, I don't know why he didn't just connect. I'm sure the computer can show me why. What I read out was if he does this, I do this. Oh, okay, what I'm reading is really bad then. Oh, this was a throw in. That's clever. And then it would be a life and death race, but I have an eye. So this doesn't work. I don't know why this doesn't work. My reading is really bad here. I just connect. Oh, okay, and then this becomes a crazy long life and death race where he only has no eyes. Clever. I did not realize that. I was not reading that far ahead. Um, so I'll tell you this much. When this happened, I was very perplexed as to why he just gave it up. My opinion was that I thought that maybe he thought he was so far ahead he could just give it up, which is not right. The rest of this looks hilarious. But interesting. Uh, I don't know what big things there are to learn from me doing this, but hopefully just this is more just I'm just doing this just to see what the audience thinks. If you think it's funny, not funny, or whatever. But hopefully this was amusing enough for you guys. Hopefully I'll find some other games to play or review online that are like some cute games that are interesting. And until then, take care, and I'll see you guys at the next video.